Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, just thought I'd cover a few topics in this video as we are currently in the bull run, which is absolutely amazing to see and to say. We are actually in the bull run. It is absolutely incredible. And I've said this before, but you know, even though I've been in a bull run before and I knew that this was coming, when you do start to see your portfolio just shooting up in value, it's still surreal to me. Like, it's still amazing. Like, it still shocks me, even though I'm expecting it. Like, when it actually happens and you see how quick it is, because, you know, you spend years in a bear market, right? And then suddenly within like a month or so, your portfolio is just absolutely multiplying in crazy numbers. Like, it's absolutely insane. But this is what I was trying to get you guys ready for. So I've got a few topics here that I want to cover just because I want to give a bit of a cautionary tale in some of this, and I'll get into that a bit more as we go through the video, but there's definitely some things I want to make you a bit more aware of when you are in the bull run, just something to be a bit cautious of, okay? So the first one I've got here is someone's done an article and they say, why is HBAR rallying? Okay, I've got my hands up, I've got the answer to this. The reason why it's rallying is because we're in a bull run. Like, it's really that simple, and this is the thing. Like, what you've got to understand is, when it comes to like media and you start to get into a bull run, and this goes for influencers too, like some of them will start to take advantage of the situation, right? Because some people look at YouTube as just a business, plain and simple. And so they're trying to captivate you with, you know, really good titles, headlines, and certain like, you know, certain things that they cover. Because when you're in the bull run, like, you're in euphoria mode, right? Like, everybody's thinking now, oh my God, this is it. Everything's going up. It's never going to come down. And we're forever just going to be making money from this point on. And so, like, when people just continue to feed that type of content, that kind of, you know, information and news, people lap it up. And because you're in a bull run, you start to believe it, right? Because from what you are seeing now, everything is just crazy. Like, the numbers are just insane, and they're continuing to go and go and go. And you're like, there's no way this is coming down right now. Everything's going so well. But eventually the bubble pops. And so, you know, when people are doing things like this, like, why is HBAR rallying? It's just trying to think of something to give a reason for it. Really and truly, it's just the fact that we're in a bull run. Like, you can look at other cryptos as well. Like, look at XRP right now. It's doing absolutely incredible. Like, Bitcoin, $100,000. Like, it's the whole market. It's really not something that's specific to HBAR alone. I just have to be honest with you guys. Now, don't get me wrong. You do have to be in good investments to make profit, because if, like, you're in just, for example, like a meme coin, well, yeah, it's 50-50, right? It could be a meme coin that really pays off for you. Or it could be a meme coin that's not really going to go nowhere, or it could get rug pulled. But when you're in, like, you know, real investments, like real networks that you believe in, like the utility and things like that, yeah, like, if you're in solid investments, then they should go up in a bull run, right? Like, again, it doesn't have to be a meme coin. It could be a network, but they could be a struggling network. They could be on the verge of getting shut down or something like that. So it is possible that you could invest in the wrong network, like the wrong project, and it doesn't pay off for you, right? Like, that could happen. But this is why research is so fundamental, right? When it comes to investing. But yeah, like, I've got to be honest, as much as I love what's going on with HBAR, like, we're in a bull run, guys. Like, this is what happens with the whole market. Like, this isn't HBAR specific, but it's good to see that HBAR is amongst them, of course. But yeah, there's really nothing more to it than that. Okay, moving on. We've then got these guys here who are expecting an explosion to $8. So a bit further on, they actually go $8 to $12. Okay, so I was just looking at, like, what their reasoning was for this. It's kind of a lot of stuff that I've really covered, you know, talking about, like, tokenization, partnerships, then working with Nvidia, then working with Chainlink, you know, this kind of stuff, TVL growing, and all, you know, all the general fundamental things. And so this is what's making them believe that HBAR could go to, $8. For me, guys, I've covered this already. $8 to me is a bit high. You know, it's on the high end. I'm not anticipating that kind of price, if I'll be honest with you. Not for this market cycle, so I'm not saying that it couldn't happen at all. But in terms of, like, this market cycle, yeah, I'm not so convinced. I'm just going to be honest with you. So yeah, $12, obviously just completely off the cards. $8, I just don't see that happening. I'll be honest with you guys. For me, you're going way into, like, overhype territory here. And so the other thing I wanted to say to you guys is like kind of just off the back of what I was saying earlier, like influencers and, you know, media as well. Like you just got to be careful who you start to see and take information from when you're in a bull run, right? Because like I say, these guys are going to just throw crazy numbers at you at this point. And like some of it may have like, you know, credibility to it. So it could be like a chart analyst or things like that, or they could put forward plausible arguments. But some of this is just going to be hype to get you in. Like it's just like, we're in a bull run. Let's just capitalize off of this hype right now. Let's just put crazy figures out there to draw people in and get like views, clicks, engagement, all that kind of stuff, right? So, for me with this, like the reasoning in terms of the stuff that's going on, yeah, that's great. But to say that that means it's going to go to $8, I just don't see that personally. But let me just make it clear. I expect HBAR to do very well this bull run. This isn't me saying that, you know, I don't think he's going to perform at all. I mean, we can already see he's doing well, but, I'm just saying that those kind of numbers to me is a bit far-fetched in my opinion. So I do definitely expect some good price action. But $8 for me is like you're going a bit too far in my opinion when you get to those kind of numbers. Okay, and so again, just playing off of the back of that again. So we've got here Hedera price prediction, 100x rally possible for Hedera hashgraph ETF rumors ignite while Pluto Chain surges. Okay, so you've got here obviously the 100x, which is of course going to grab everyone's attention, right? But this is what I want you to really pay attention to here, and this is like a real example of how they try and get you, right? So you've seen here Pluto Chain that's been mentioned, right? Now you might be thinking, that's a bit random. So, you know, they're talking about Hedera and then they start talking about Pluto Chain. And I've just briefly scanned this article. I've not read it thoroughly, but I've just got the gist of it because I just wanted to see, okay, is this what I think it's going to be? And it absolutely is. And so what this really is, if I'll be honest with you, they're trying to promote Pluto Chain. They're basically using HBAR to promote Pluto Chain. So they're getting your attention by mentioning HBAR and the 100x rally, but then they're trying to put Pluto Chain as a mention within this as well. So as you're reading it, you will then see Pluto Chain and maybe think, oh, yeah, like Pluto Chain, that sounds really good. Maybe I should get in that. Like I could get in real early before it's really done anything big. And then that might make me even more, you know, big money in the bull run. And so this is what I'm saying. This is how I have to say, like, just be careful because, like, some of these guys who make this content, some of these, you know, authors and these media companies and these influencers, they haven't got your best intentions at heart. I'll be honest with you. They're just trying to get as much engagement and clicks and views and whatever as they can. Like, it all equates to money for them. So not everyone is doing this to just be like, hey, like, I'm really trying to help the community. Some are just trying to manipulate you and get you for money ultimately. That's what they're ultimately trying to use you for. And so with this, just be careful because this is what I mean. They'll put very sensationalist like titles and things like that to draw you in. And then they're trying to get you into something else as well while they're doing it, right? They're trying to mention, oh, Pluto Chain as well, blah, blah. And they're talking about how Pluto Chain could be the next big chain, the next big layer 2. And so, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of Pluto Chain, but in all honesty, I will just be fair and say there's like 20,000 plus cryptos out there. There's going to be many that I've not heard of, right? So I can't, you know, sit here and say that means anything because I've not heard of every cryptocurrency in existence. But to me, I can just tell with the way this has been done, I can tell they're using one crypto to ultimately promote another crypto. That's essentially what they're doing here. And so this is the kind of thing that I think is dangerous to the community, right? Because, like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what this Pluto Chain is. For all I know, this could be a rug pull, right? They could just be doing many different articles here. It's talking about XRP going to high numbers, Bitcoin going to high numbers, Ethereum going to high numbers, and using all those cryptocurrencies with huge, recognizable branding, basically, and then slapping this Pluto Chain within the article as well to try and get it more recognition. You know, so just saying, oh, for example, Bitcoin could, you know, go to $250,000 this cycle. And then saying, hey, but Pluto Chain's also coming up, and you know what I mean? So they're just trying to get you ultimately to see the Pluto Chain part. And in terms of the Bitcoin thing, yeah, just put a quick wild title in there because that's going to capture people's attention, right? You're just looking around and somebody's saying, hey, you know, Bitcoin could reach $250,000. Of course, that's going to pique your interest and you're going to want to see more. So this is the way they kind of manipulate you, right? To get you to see these things and to kind of promote these things in a very sly way. So just be careful with this stuff because, you know, it is a bit dangerous, to be honest with you, because for all I know, like, and I'm not saying this as a matter of fact, because I don't know, but for all I know, this Pluto Chain could just be a rug pull. They could be just trying to get as many people into Pluto Chain as they can for now, and then you just intend to rug it and leave it. Like, and I'm not saying that's a guarantee because I don't know, but you don't know enough, right? Like, and if you want to do your own research on it and see if it's a worthwhile investment, and okay, fair enough. But I'm just saying be careful because this, to me, I can clearly tell what they're trying to do, and it's shady. It is just shady. I'll just put it that way. So, just thought I'd cover up this stuff because obviously we're in the bull run right now, and guys, we're on the verge of, you know, really making that profit that we've been waiting so long for. Like, this is our moment, and so I don't want anybody to miss out on this opportunity. I really don't. Like, I want everybody to try and capitalize from it, and so I wouldn't want you to, for example, take your money out of Hedera, out of HBAR, and then put it into Pluto Chain, and then Pluto Chain gets rugged and then you've just lost all your money or something like that. Like, I just want everybody to do well because I know it's not easy going through a bear market. For me, it is because, you know, I'm a bit more seasoned when it comes to this kind of stuff. But, you know, I understand the frustrations of people who've gone through this, and you've waited 4 years ultimately for this moment to come. And so, like, you don't want to mess this up. You know what I mean? Because it's very possible that once this bull run is done, you're waiting another 4 years for it to come back. It's very possible. Now, it could change with like Trump in the administration now and whatnot. So it could be that pro crypto and stuff that helps that we don't have these 4 year sagas anymore. They could be a lot shorter or they last a lot longer, but we don't know. That's the unknown right now. If we're talking historically, these bull runs last a few months and then you go into like 4 years of a bear market again, just waiting for them 4 months of a bull run again. That's how it typically works. So, you know, until we like know how that's going to change, we can only go by what we generally know. So yeah, just something to be aware of, guys. But best to look out there because, you know, I want you all to win. I want you to do as best as possible. So look, you know, when I'm doing more content in the future, and I'm sure I'll probably do a video about it, but you know, if you do well, let me know. Like, I want to hear how you guys get on. Like, I'm really intrigued to see how you guys do, and I'm wishing you all the best. So definitely keep me updated, yeah? Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.